Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
Shop the holidays at Whole Foods Market. Get bone-in spiral cut ham for $5.39 per pound with Prime through December 19th. Don't decide between a classic turkey or a succulent ham. Just get both. While supplies last, to shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Marty Beyer and Katie O'Donnell at the KCBS Editor's Desk. The Monday Morning News Watch continues.
If your air conditioner is on its last legs, you may have been thinking about buying a new heat pump system before next summer. Well, as KCBS is making Goldfield reports in a few years, you may not have a choice at all.
The California Energy Commission is moving forward with a plan to require homeowners to switch to the more eco-friendly electric-run heat pump system when air conditioners break, starting in 2026.
Actually, our buildings are a quarter of the state's climate pollution.
Matt Bensville, a senior attorney with Earth and Justice based in San Francisco, says the heat pump, despite its name, both warms and cools your house. So while it costs more up front,
There are a lot of tax credits and rebates after this product. The state's really pushing it, so there's a lot of ways those costs can be offset. And over the long run, of course, it would save you the need to replace your gas furnace when that burns out.
he says there are also similar furnace requirements specifically set here by the Bay Area Air Quality Management District that will go into effect at the end of the decade. Megan Goldsby, KCBS.
Real estate industry experts say lower mortgage rates and more listings are expected to make homes a bit more affordable in some parts of the Bay Area in the new year. Data from Zillow suggests the typical home value in the San Francisco metropolitan area is projected to drop to just over $1 million in November of 2024, down from $1.11 million last month. Zillow's chief economist tells the Chronicle that we could find a new normal in the housing market next year. Part of that is due to inflation indicators improving and mortgage rates falling back just below 7%. Some experts think they could come down slightly more next year.
Rideshare and delivery drivers, listen up. Jeff Platt has the latest on the IRS changes to writing off your driving expenses.
Every year, the IRS determines the per-mile cost of operating a business vehicle. It's supposed to include not just gas and oil changes, but also wear and tear plus depreciation. IRS spokesperson Rafael Tolino says this year the rate is 67 cents per gallon. But in California, where gas is above the national average, that may not be your best bet.
These are optional rates, so you can choose to use this 67 cents, or you choose the actual cost of operation.
So if you drove 10,000 miles for business this year, you can write off $6,700 with no receipts.
A growing problem for Tesla. Here's Jason Brooks on the Money Watch.
Margie, Tesla's labor spat in Sweden is starting to mushroom into something bigger as large investors in Scandinavia side with the unions against the EV maker. A group of institutional investors, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark, have co-signed a statement telling Tesla to reconsider its approach to unions and adopt the current approach to collective bargaining in Scandinavia. The strike involving Swedish metal workers against Tesla has grown to more than a dozen unions in Sweden, refusing to allow the shipment of new Teslas destined to customers in the country. Stock market is moving slightly higher. Dow's up 57 points. NASDAQ also up by 57. S&P gaining 21. Profit takers are hitting a firm holdings after the San Francisco fintech went on a tear leading up to the Black Friday shopping bonanza. A Morgan Stanley analyst note sparked the selling by downgrading a firm to underweight from equal weight due to the stock skyrocketing more than 300% over the past year, including an 80% rip higher over the past month as buy now, pay later financing has continued to rise in popularity with consumers. Shares in a firm were down 2% this morning. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Is your roof ready for El Nino? Season after season of blistering summer heat, blasting fall winds, and countless brutal winters.
El Nino came through that year and the year before, destroyed my roof. I had shingles flying in the yard, leaks I had never seen before.
Semper Solaris is a national award-winning Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor. Your roof will be backed by an industry-leading 50-year warranty.
It's a 50-year labor and material non-prorated warranty. If there's ever a problem, it's going to get fixed for free through the entire 50 years.
Semper Solaris, your local and veteran-owned solar, battery storage, roofing, and heating and air contractor, gets the job done with esprit de corps and honor.
work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day.
Plus 0 down, 0% interest, and 0 payments for 18 months. El Nino is coming. Call Semper Solaris and get your roof inspected today. Visit sempersolaris.com or 628-222-2715.
On the roof benefit restrictions apply. See website for details. Expires 12/31/23. CSLB number 97842.
Now it's time for the Spirit of the Week. Presented by LiftMaster and R&S Door. Turn your garage into the envy of the neighborhood. Visit rsdoors.com.
This week's closer comes from Patricia from Hayward. I want to compliment Edgar for today's garage door service. He arrived within a 2-hour window frame and politely called 30 minutes prior to his arrival. We are very pleased with his services today. Thank you, R&S. Recently, my garage door opener was not working. I was in need of a closer. I was put in touch with R&S Doors, and they hooked me up with a brand new garage door opener from LiftMaster. With LiftMaster's MyQ connectivity, my garage door opener can be controlled right from my smartphone. You'll know when a door or gate has been left open and can close it with a tap, no matter where I am. Be one of the first 10 callers and receive 20% off a LiftMaster garage door opener. Call 1-800-FIX-A-DOOR. That's 800-FIX-A-DOOR. Or visit rsdoors.com. R&S Doors. Look for the red truck.
Staples is serious about gaming. And right now, during Staples holiday deals, we're even serious. Like this week at Staples, save $50 on the Xbox Series S with 3-month Game Pass Ultimate Bundle, now just $249.99. Save serious money on gaming with $50 off the Xbox Series S game system today during Staples holiday deals. Xbox offer available online at select stores only while supplies last. Limit 1 ends 12/23. Let's go to Highway 24 in Oakland for this traffic update. Here's Dave from your local Honda dealer traffic center.
We've had several crashes this morning on 24. The latest is going to be westbound after 13. Looks like it's going to be right after Broadway. Car into the center divider. It doesn't look like lanes may be blocked at the moment, but we do see slow traffic and chilled automatic closure cam starting right around Highway 13 as you make your way into Oakland. Once you get past the accident, and for the Bay Bridge toll plaza, the meter lights are still on there. Traffic just backed up before the pay gates, though. Not a big delay on your way into San Francisco. Northbound 880, we see some slow traffic there, leaving San Leandro into Oakland. It'll be slow from just before 98 as you head up towards High Street. And in the South Bay, northbound 880 at the Alameda, crash cleared from the freeway. Your next update, 908 on the traffic leader, QCBS.
Thank you, Dave. Today kicks off a series of rainy days that will continue into the middle of the week. Rainy and gusty today, rain persisting tomorrow and Wednesday, and then a drier pattern begins on Thursday. Traffic and weather together on the 8th of August, 106.9 and AM 740 CBS.
Monday, December 18th, 2023, coming up.
I'm Jennifer Hodges. The fallout continues after an infant died from a fentanyl overdose in San Jose.
Hundreds come to San Francisco College justice to support pro-Palestinian Bay Bridge activists. Good morning, I'm Martin Schaefer.
And I'm Eric Thomas.
CBS News at 10. When you need to know, KCBS AM, KFRC FM, and HD1, San Francisco, Oakland, San Jose, and Odyssey Station. 9 o'clock.
I'm Steve Chafin. Defense Secretary Austin is in Israel as questions grow about the prolonged Israeli military campaign against Hamas in Gaza. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Israel says its war on Hamas will continue, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin.
This is Israel's operation, and I'm not here to dictate timelines or terms.
Austin's visit comes as international pressure grows on Israel to call a ceasefire.
Those calls now coming from the UK, France, and Germany. Here's home, a lot of commuting problems in the east after a major storm system dumped rain and kicked up strong winds. This man's in Philadelphia.
People can't drive down here 50, 60 miles an hour. Something bad's going to happen. I've seen them tow like about 6 cars already just since I've been around here.
But power outages from Virginia to Maine, flight cancellations too. Strong winds forcing a ground stop at Boston's Logan Airport. CBS News meteorologist David Parkinson.
The winds will begin to slowly back down, but they're going to be strong enough into the afternoon and evening that you will likely see lots of airport delays and even travel problems on the roads thanks to the wind.
Over the holidays a year ago, Southwest Airlines went through a system meltdown triggered by rewards. Much of it will go to a customer fund. CBS's Peter Greenberg.
Anytime you have a DOT regulation that has severe financial consequences, it tends to get the airline's attention. This particular fine puts the other airlines on notice that should they have a similar situation, there may be a similar result.
Police now say a 46-year-old man is facing drunk driving charges for the accident that involved an SUV in President Biden's parked motorcade in Delaware last night. CBS's Jim Crisula reports there's a manhunt in Texas after a weekend prison break.
Robert Yancey Jr. somehow got out of a state prison in Brazoria, Texas, south of Houston around midday on Sunday. Authorities say someone either picked him up or provided him a getaway car. Yancey was serving a life sentence without parole after being convicted of continuous sexual abuse of a child.
A new study finds severe obesity is becoming more common in young U.S. children, the rate edging up to 2% in kids in the Women, Infants, and Children program. CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder.
We are seeing people getting more and more obese, adults and children. We're seeing obesity start at a younger and younger age, and there's this desperation to do something.
Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 64 points. So is the NASDAQ, also up 64, and the S&P is up 22. This is CBS News.
Make the hiring process work for you. With Indeed's end-to-end hiring solution, you can attract, interview, and hire candidates all from one place. Start at Indeed.com/credit.
It's 9:03 at the Bay Area's news station KCBS. Today kicks off a series of rainy days that will continue into the middle of the week. Good morning, I'm Margie Schaefer.
And I'm Eric Thomas.
And here's what's happening.
Several dozen activists who shut down the Bay Bridge last month are being arraigned starting this morning. KCBS's Matt Bigler joins us live from the San Francisco Hall of Justice, where hundreds have turned out to support them and their message of a lasting ceasefire in Gaza. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Eric. It was over a month ago now that dozens of protesters stopped their cars on the Bay Bridge, effectively blocking traffic into San Francisco for hours during the APEC conference. 80 people ended up being arrested by the CHP, and they are being arraigned this morning. Mesa Murad was just speaking to a group here. She said they are not deterred by this prosecution.
The purpose of the action was really to show the people of the world, to show Palestine that we hear you, we see you, and we're going to stop business as usual, no matter what it takes.
The activists are facing 5 counts each, including unlawful assembly, obstructing streets, even false imprisonment of Bay Bridge commuters who, again, were stuck on the bridge. One of their lawyers, Rachel Letterman, says they are planning to fight these charges on the basis of lawful civil disobedience.
Yeah, this was simply an act of conscience, so there's just no reason to spend thousands of dollars to charge 80 people with 5 different charges. There's just no point to it.
We just received a statement from District Attorney Brooke Jenkins. She said, quote, while we must protect avenues for free speech, the exercise of free speech cannot compromise public safety. These arraignments are expected to last all week. Reporting live at the San Francisco Hall of Justice, Matt Bigler, KCBS.
Thank you, Matt. Officials in the South Bay are looking at whether more could have been done to prevent a 3-month-old baby from dying of a fentanyl overdose. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges reports a public meeting has been organized by the Santa Clara Board of Supervisors to consider what changes need to be made.
Baby Phoenix stayed with her parents, who had a record of drug use and had already seen their 2 children taken away. Fentanyl needs to be taken more seriously, says Tammy Nillis, who lost her son Daniel to fentanyl.
We need support from our legislators and from policy and awareness.
Santa Clara County officials want to know more about the Baby Phoenix case. Tomorrow's public meeting will include a review of a report from the Department of Family and Children's Services. The baby's father is facing charges in the case. The baby's mother died months ago from an overdose herself. This case will reverberate, says legal analyst Steve Clark.
Prosecutors across the country are sending the message that fentanyl is not a recreational drug, but should be considered a poison. And you will see the Baby Phoenix case prosecuted very vigorously to send that message.
Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
A new law is set to take effect in California next year that will increase punishments for fentanyl dealers. KCBS's Shannon Golden tells us how this will impact those who push the deadly drug and explains why some people are wary.
Chris Morales, board certified specialist in criminal law, says he's seen changes like this before in the 90s with crack cocaine and again in the early 2000s with methamphetamine. But he says he's never seen an epidemic quite like this, with 752 accidental overdoses in San Francisco just this year.
Talk to veteran criminal attorneys like me, they're going to say the same thing.
Morales is hopeful about Assembly Bill 701, which will add years of prison time for those convicted of dealing or attempting to deal at least 1 kilogram of fentanyl. He says it could discourage some from distributing, but if demand remains high and the drug itself remains unregulated, dealing will remain rampant.
Americans have always had a desire for drugs, and there's always going to be somebody ready to supply those drugs then to make money.
Morales also worries about the state's capacity to process more people under the new law.
If you're going to lock people up for longer periods of time, well, you need more prisons, you need more prison guards, you need all of that.
In San Francisco, I'm Shannon Golden, KCBS.
Just ahead on KCBS, I'm Holly Klum. The biggest airline at Oakland International slapped the biggest fine in Transportation Department history.
Get the latest on traffic out there right now. Moving on to 880. Here's Dave from your local Honda Dealers Traffic Center.
We've got some slow traffic getting through Oakland. This traffic report brought to you by Cars for Kids Real Estate. Northbound 880 really slow now. Before Hagenberger, get up towards High Street. Now, we had some earlier flooding issues on the High Street on and off ramp, so that may be what is contributing to this slowing, as we don't have anything reported on the freeway itself. Once you get to the Bay Bridge Toll Plaza, meter lights are still on, but not much of a weight behind them at the moment. Once you're on the bridge, pretty good drive into San Francisco. Westbound 24 Broadway had a crash there. May still see remnants in the center divide, but lanes are clear. Traffic on 24 from Walnut Creek into Oakland recovering nicely. Here reports of a car that ran out of gas northbound 101 leaving Nevada on Jaguar 10 Antonio. The left lane may be blocked there. You see some slowing southbound as you pass Olin Poly State Park into Nevada. Earlier problems headed for the Golden Gate Bridge, they're all gone. So southbound 101 through Sausalito onto the bridge into San Francisco moves well. Checking in with the South Bay, northbound 280, some slowing from 101 up towards 87 and northbound 101 at Oakland Road. Accidents on the side, but traffic is once again backed up from before McKee. Maximize your tax savings before year end and donate your property to Cars for Kids. They accept all kinds of real estate, land, home, and commercial properties. They make it simple and cover all expenses. Act fast to secure your 2023 tax deduction for the full appraised value of your property at carsforkidsrealestate.org. Next traffic update 918 on the traffic lead with KCBS.
Thank you, Dave. Today kicks off a series of rainy days that will continue into the middle of the week. Rainy and gusty today, rain persisting tomorrow and Wednesday with temperatures in the 60s all around. Winter begins on Thursday. A drier pattern begins with partly cloudy skies, sunnier and cooler for next weekend. A high of 60 around the bay and inland, highs in the 50s at the coast. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
The holiday season is a time of giving, and as always, Stevens Creek Subaru wants to give back. Purchase or lease any new Subaru vehicle from Stevens Creek Subaru from now until January 2nd, and Subaru will donate $250 to a select national charity of your choice. During the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event going on now at Stevens Creek Subaru. In addition, Stevens Creek Subaru will add another $75 for charity. Since 2008, Subaru of America has proudly donated more than $256 million to more than 2,100 national and local charities. And if that's not enough, buy or lease any new Subaru from Stevens Creek Subaru between now and December 31st and receive 2 Sierra and Tahoe season passes from Subaru of America. For information on Subaru's 4 national charities, call Stevens Creek Subaru at 408-984-2001.
So get a great deal on a new Subaru and have a donation made in your name. It's a win-win from Stevens Creek Subaru. We're easy to find on Stevens Creek Boulevard, just off of Winchester, near Santana Row in San Jose, or online at StevensCreekSubaru.com. That's StevensCreekSubaru.com. Buckle up and drive safely.
It's Just Lunch presents a holiday dating fantasy.
Hello, Dave. I heard you're lonely. The holidays are coming fast. I'm real hot to be your only. The two of us will have a blast. A lean size 8, my skin is creamy. I love to play both wild and tame. Really dreamy. Invite me in, Dave. Don't be lame.
Yeah, like that guy. Warm up your holidays with It's Just Lunch. No internet profiles or awkward video interviews. The dating experts at It's Just Lunch get to know you personally so they can match you with someone you'll actually have something in common with. ends, they make all the arrangements for a great lunch date or drinks after work. Happy holidays from It's Just Lunch. Real people, real days.